We've been telling you about the movie Runaway Slave for months, and now it's finally coming to a city near you. I'm Anne-Marie.
I'm Morgan.
I'm Sunny.
I'm Gina.
Today we're talking to the star of Runaway Slave, the Reverend C.L. Bryant, on today's episode of
PolitiChicks.
Runaway Slave is one of the most important films of the year. It follows the Reverend C.L. Bryant as he travels a new underground railroad upon which Black conservatives are speaking out against big government policies. Reverend Bryant, thank you so much for coming to PolitiChicks. We're so honored to have you.
Yes, thank you for being here.
For having me.
Wonderful.
What exactly do you want Runaway Slave to accomplish?
Well, the first thing we want to accomplish is, of course, to expose a lie that has been very much propagated among the African American community for the last 50 years. And then we want to have an honest discussion about race in this country, one that really has been suppressed by one party and another over that same 50 years. And so that is exactly what we're wanting to accomplish with this film.
What's the lie? Just to be clear.
The lie in many cases is that blacks have been victims and victimized, and that the Democrat Party in particular has been their savior. And that is a lie. And we want to expose that and this film in a very entertaining way, because this is an entertaining film. Oh, yeah. It's just not a talking head type of film. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry, but above all, it'll make you think. And so that's what we're wanting to achieve.
Personally, your personal involvement with it, and how did this come about? What in your life made this happen?
I'm a former president of the NAACP in Garland, Texas. I realized at a moment in time that I was being used to control a group of people and manipulate them. There are some beliefs and ideas that black people grasp and hold on to that you would not believe that they would actually embrace if they knew the rest of the story.
The whole story. And one of the things that Harriet Tubman was credited with saying is that I freed 1,000 slaves. I would have freed 1,000 more if only they had known that they were slaves.
Exactly.
And I think that that's the point that we are right now, is that we have grown up so much under the Democratic platform that we don't know what true freedom is.
Exactly.
And that concept needs to be reintroduced, especially to a black population that I think is really fiending for it. So how do you suppose that we actually go into the black community and deliver that message that there is an alternative and it is freedom?
It will be an idea that will be fought, because once people have gained and have defended a certain position, then they're obligated to defend that position, even if they come to the realization that they're wrong. You see, Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, Reverend, both of those reverends, they know the truth.
Yes.
Both of them know that America has produced them. They're success stories. But they want us to think, in general, that we're victims.
What's the reaction been to you with people like Reverend Sharpton? How do they respond to you?
It has to be
In
fun.
the movie, it's hilarious.
They have very much tried to deny the fact that we're coming.
Yes.
We're the thunder that's rumbling in the distance. And we know that there is an impending storm.
Yes.
I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's making me get goosebumps. Yeah.
And Runaway Slave is that rumbling in the distance, and they hear it. They know that we're coming, but they don't want to believe that the severity of this storm will actually rock the house that they've been living in.
There's a lot of money in victimhood. I mean, how do you battle that kind of money?
Slavery was a cash crop in this country. It has never really gone away. It is simply transformed, evolved, let's say, into what we see today. And so slavery in this country is still among the names you mentioned, Reverend Jackson, Reverend Sharpton, who are the overseers of the masters on that Democrat plantation. And you mentioned Harriet Tubman. If Harriet was to come back with and be captured, then it was she would be made a public spectacle of, and that's what they try to do with people like myself.
I'll give you a quick devil's advocate on this one, because what it said, what I'm getting feedback on is that the name of actually calling black people slaves, and that's what they found most offense to, and they actually cut off listening at that point. Do you think that there's a more effective way that we can deliver this message to them without actually, I guess, taking the left's view of calling names?
Runaway is the key word. Frederick Douglass had no problems with identifying himself as a runaway slave. It meant that he had the courage to face whatever obstacles that he would encounter on his way to freedom. It also brings to our mindset the idea that I'm leaving something behind. I'm running away from the slavery. And so I'm not running toward the slavery. I'm running away from being enslaved. And we encourage everyone to flee economic slavery and run toward the blessings of liberty, because so many of us are economic slaves.
And becoming more and more every day.
Absolutely. Every day. Like 3 times during that.
Yes. Reverend, thank you so much. When can people see your film? What do they do?
We're about to open in a very big way, a large splash way with some very good friends of ours. And then we'll travel the country. It's coming to a theater near you real soon.
Yes, very important
Can't wait for everyone to see it. And Reverend Seal, thank you so much for being here. And you guys, I've seen this film. It is brilliant. I was at the red carpet premiere in Hollywood. You got to see it. And go to runawayslavemovie.com and find out more information about when it's going to be in your town. And thank you guys so much for watching PolitiChicks.tv, the right kind of PC.